What if you build a castle in the middle of nowhere, threw parties that shocked a sleepy town, and left behind ruins that still whisper your name? Step into the wild, dazzling world of Madame Antoinette Sherri, a woman whose life danced on the edge of fact and fantasy in the forests of Chesterfield, New Hampshire. Her story is a whirlwind of Parisian cabarets, Broadway glamour, and a stone staircase to nowhere, rising from the ashes of her dreams. Picture a cream-colored Packard convertible gliding through rural New England, a fur-clad figure at the wheel, maybe even a monkey on her shoulder. This is the tale of Madame Sherri, a theatrical diva whose legend burns as bright as the fire that claimed her castle. Let's follow her trail through the roaring 20s to the haunting ruins she left behind, a story that'll pull you in and hold you tight. In 1878, Paris buzzed with a strange light, a corkscrew pillar in the sky, as if heralding the birth of Antoinette Bramar. Born into a world of grit and glitter, she learned to stitch seams as a girl but craved the stage. By her teens, under the name Antoinette Delilahs, she was singing and dancing in France's trendiest clubs, her voice weaving through smoky cabarets. In 1909, she met Anthony Macaluso, a charming American fugitive hiding as André Riella, dodging blackmail charges. Their love was a spark in the dark, and by 1911, they sailed to New York City, spinning a tale of Italian diplomacy to charm high society. They settled on 42nd Street, opening a millinery shop that dressed Broadway's brightest, including the Ziegfeld Follies. Antoinette's costumes, lavish, daring, made her a star in the theater world, her designs draping showgirls in elegance. By 1916, Antoinette needed a bolder name to match her ambition. Inspired by the vaudeville play Madame Sherri, she became Madame André Sherri, and with André, they built a dazzling empire. Their shop buzzed with creativity, mentoring a young Charles Lemaire, who'd later win Oscars for Hollywood costumes. But the spotlight dimmed in 1917 when André was hit by a car in a snowstorm, his eyesight fading. By 1924, his health collapsed. Blindness, mental decline, and institutionalization ended their fairy tale. He died that October, leaving Antoinette shattered, her heart no longer in New York's glitter. A friend, Jack Henderson, invited her to Chesterfield, New Hampshire, where his lavish parties rekindled her spark. She fell for the wild beauty of the Ramapo foothills, and in 1929, she bought 600 acres on Gulf Road, dreaming of a retreat for artists and performers. Her vision took shape as a castle, not a home but a stage for her flamboyance. She lived across the street in a modest farmhouse, no electricity or plumbing, but the castle was her masterpiece. Built in 1931, it blended Roman ruins and French chalet styles, with live trees piercing the roof, stone arches, and a grand staircase curling to her third-floor quarters. The main floor boasted a bar framed by firs, the basement a bistro with red-draped tables, and mirrors lined the bathrooms, reflecting her love for drama. She ruled from a cobra-backed queen's throne, hosting parties that drew New York's theater elite. Locals whispered of her driving through Brattleboro in a Packard, clad only in a fur coat, maybe with a pet monkey, her laughter echoing. Some swore she ran a brothel, others that she partied with Al Capone or Supreme Court justices, but these were likely tales spun from her scandalous aura. The parties roared through the Prohibition era, when her castle was a haven for illicit revelry. But money like champagne runs dry. By the 1950s, her funds, bolstered by Lemaire's support, dwindled. He stopped sending checks, and her lavish lifestyle crumbled. In 1959, she returned to find her castle vandalized, its furs and portraits ruined. Heartbroken, she left, vowing never to return. On October 18, 1962, a fire, likely set by vandals, reduced her castle to rubble, leaving only the stone foundation, chimneys, and that iconic staircase. By 1961, Antoinette, now frail, became a ward of Brattleboro, living in a Vermont nursing home. In 1965, her land was foreclosed, and Charles Lemaire's wife took ownership. The day after in Stokes, a local artist bought the property to preserve it, Antoinette died at 84, as if her spirit was tied to the land. The ruins, now part of the 513-acre Madame Sherri forest, draw hikers and dreamers to Gulf Road. The stone staircase, once called the Primrose Path, spirals into the air, a haunting relic of her glory days. Some say her ghost lingers, descending the steps at midnight, laughter and music faintly echoing. Though these tales likely stem from the forest's eerie quiet and the staircase's collapse in 2021 from overuse. The truth of Antoinette's life is wilder than the myths. She was no brothel madam or mob associate, but a woman who lived unapologetically. Her castle wasn't just a party house. It was her bid to create a haven for artists, a dream undone by time and neglect. Her story, blending Parisian flair, Broadway dazzle, and rural rebellion, captures the fleeting magic of a life lived only the best. The Ramapo Mountains cradle her legacy, where whispers of her fur-clad drives and lavish soirees linger. Was she a scandalous diva or a visionary chasing freedom? Her castle's ruins, surrounded by sugar maples and Indian pond, invite you to decide. The forest, preserved by Anne Stokes and the Society for the Protection of New Hampshire Forests, keeps her name alive, a testament to a woman who defied convention. Stand at the foot of that staircase, and you can almost see her, draped in furs, ready to make her grand entrance. To step into Antoinette's world, visit the Chesterfield Historical Society, where memorabilia and stories paint her vibrant life. The Brattleboro Historical Society holds artifacts from her era, offering a glimpse into the 1920s theater scene that shaped her. The Wannistiquet Mountain Trail, part of the Madame Sherri Forest, traces the landscape she loved, with views of the Connecticut River Valley. These sites weave you into the fabric of her story, where history and legend dance together. As we leave the forest, imagine Antoinette Sherri atop her staircase, her laughter ringing through the trees. Her life is a vibrant thread in Northeast lore, a tale of glamour, heartbreak, and defiance. Was she a queen of her own making, or a dreamer lost to time? Let us know in the comments. Would you have joined her wild parties? Like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more Northeast legends. Stay curious, and maybe listen for her laughter on Gulf Road. Thanks for watching.